Live art. I am art. And I love to help other people and to make them see what a wonderful escape that is.
We are back talking about Serenity Festival again. And today I'm joined by an amazing artist from Pretoria, Rici Allison from the Grapevine restaurant. Rici, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. And I'm absolutely honored to be on your podcast.
Well, the honor is mine because I have seen some of the art that you have done at the Grapevine because you actually offer a lot of art workshops to the public there. It's like a restaurant, but a restaurant that you can paint and create and be creative and do some small little project. And I've seen pictures on your Facebook of so many different people just smiling and holding up like a nice little creation that they've put together. So you're doing so much work to help people just express and paint and have fun. So, Ricky, I'm really curious. How did you end up having a restaurant that does art projects? Because that's quite a unique thing. I've never come across that before.
Um, I have basically done art my entire life. I went to Pro Arte many, many moons ago, and after that, I studied textile design at the Technikon. After that, I moved to Germany. I studied some more textile design in Germany, in Hamburg, in my youth, and so I've basically done all forms and shapes of art. I worked for the theatre back those days. I've worked as a textile designer, but most of my life I actually I'm an entrepreneur, and I just don't do very well at working for a boss. So I've always just been my own driving force. And I just absolutely, yeah, live art. I am art. And I love to help other people and to make them see what a wonderful escape that is. And more than that, I really like making people happy, and I love the beautiful things in life. I try and turn my back towards anything negative, and I try and really focus on the positive side of life. And I I think I have a gift to make people feel at home in my presence, especially with the art connection. So, and I have a lot of knowledge. I've worked with every single media that you can possibly work with throughout my life because I've had a diverse art career. And we also are the owners of a wedding venue, and I've done that we've had it now for about 25 years, our wedding venue. So I've also been doing a lot of table decor, making beautiful centerpieces, that kind of in the hospitality industry. And then last year, September, I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer, and that knocked me a little bit for a loop. And I have this friend that owns the building where the Grapevine is established today. And she kept on nagging at me, saying, "Oh, don't you want to come and start a little coffee shop here at my place?" Because she actually sells dresses for matric farewell mainly and for mother of the brides. And she had a sort of a void. She wanted a little coffee shop there. And because of this whole cancer scare thing that I had, I decided, you know what, I'm just really gonna live every day from now onwards and take every day. as it comes, and try and leave a little bit of a legacy of my knowledge that I have with all my art projects. So I ended up designing a whole lot of creative kits, especially aimed at people that really say, "Oh, I can't draw, I can't paint, I can only do a little stick man." And so everything that I do in my shop is basically designed for people to just have fun, and just discover themselves through art, and to be in a happy and safe space to do that.
I had no idea that the grapevine was only 1 year old, or just about around that time. It sounds like it's been around longer, but that's maybe just because of the story that surrounds it, and people just look so happy that it looks like an old establishment.
I think it's also because I've actually been doing it for many years. I did similar art retreats and workshops at our wedding venue, but our venue is a little bit off the beaten lane, and people always complain that it's so far to drive out there. But yet, once they're there, it is an amazing establishment. And the Grapevine is a little bit more central and easier for people to reach. So I think the reason why it feels so established is because it's just an extension of what I've done for many years.
So, Ricky, the Serenity Festival coming up in a few weeks, you're basically offering something similar to what you do at the Grapevine, and something that you've been doing basically your whole life, getting people comfortable with a paintbrush or with some art, and getting them to have fun. Because I think you've got the knack and talent of bringing that out with people. So, what have you got planned for Serenity Festival, and how do you think this helps people? I know it's obviously fun, but how can it help people in other ways?
Yes. Okay, for Serenity, my motivation was really initially just to help my son Johnny, because he was asked to be involved with it, and the two of us, we love painting together. We do a lot of portraits together and all kinds of art together. And so initially, my motivation was really just to help him with facilitating whatever he needed me to facilitate. But as the time, as we drawing closer and closer towards the festival, we are both extremely excited now to do it. And I think what I will mainly do is basically just do whatever I do at the Grapevine and just bring it to the Serenity Festival. So I will have all my uh, paint kits there that people will be able to purchase, but then we will have free workshops and free canvases, free paint that will all be included in your weekend pass that you buy. And I will mainly, as I say, do tiny little canvases. That will be my side of the project. And I would love for people just to escape a little bit and to just have a few hours or even just a little while to de-stress, because I think more than that it is fun, it really does help you a lot to forget about all your stresses, because I think we also pressurized nowadays, and I think we're all inherently creative beings. And yes, so I just want people to come, sit there for an hour or two, or just even for a few minutes, take up a paintbrush and see what they're capable of. Because I do this a lot, I find most people are very scared to risk, and they're scared that they might make a mistake, and they don't realize what their hidden potential is. And once they go on that journey of self discovery and their artistic discovery. It's just a whole new world that opens to them. And nowadays, there are so many tools that you can use, like mixed media is amazing, you know, for people that really say, I've never had a paintbrush in my hand, they can still have that experience without feeling out of their depth. And that's what I'm there for, to guide them and to show them that anybody can do it.
So my daughter, she's about 8 years old at the moment, and she's at that age where she just loves painting. She loves doing creative projects. She can't get enough of it. She's, always got paint lying around in her room somewhere and cuttings of this so I encourage that. And when she heard about Serenity Festival and the fact that there's going to be painting there, she was so excited. She was basically signed up for all the workshops that are on offer. So I think there's like portrait painting. I think there might be like mural painting with Johnny. I know Gumball Green's got his own mural. Then there's potentially like a pebble painting. There might be a splash room. There's a whole bunch of different things that she can experience. So are these catered for adults and children? I mean, can all ages enjoy this? How do you work that? Because it sounds uh, like a whole different experience depending what age you're in. The child is open and exploratory and excited, where the adult might be fearful and a little bit of trepidation and hesitant. How do you mix these two energies together and have them in the same place having fun?
Yes, I think what makes it very easy is that I will most probably pre-draw a whole variety of designs on the canvases that would be really easy for both adults and children that are far more free-spirited to just do their thing. And for the adults that feels a little bit restrained, I will guide them because it will all be so easy to do and it will be such fun. And I'm actually sort of thinking of using the owl as like a symbol because I feel that the owl is a symbol of wisdom. The owl is a symbol of good sight and insight. And yes, so I will have quite a lot of owl designs, I thought, of bringing there, but there will be a whole variety of stuff to do. And as you say, I will now most probably mainly concentrate on the little canvases, but we are going to have the pebbles that will be totally up to everybody to paint. And then we will also, as you say, maybe have a portrait study, or even we were thinking to even set up a still life. And we will guide the people to do whatever they feel comfortable in, and even just splash a whole lot of paint on a canvas, because that's also great fun.
So have you actually seen people change by taking creative workshops? Like, I mean, there's a lot of talk saying people can come out of their shell and learn to express, and maybe you can heal with trauma as well. But does it actually happen, or is that just hearsay?
No, that's 100% true. You know, many, many years ago, when we actually started our wedding venue, I started off also with a tiny little coffee shop, and I used to give free art classes just to sort of get it onto the map. And I remember a lady came to the classes one day, and she said to me, "Oh, please, I'm really so scared, and I really cannot do a thing, and just please put me in that little corner." And she just started doing art, and then, like maybe 2 months down the line, I would say, just really couldn't believe it was the same woman. She literally became the teacher in the class. You know, somebody who knew would arrive and she would start saying, no, 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 you don't do it like that. You do this and take this. And she was guiding everybody. And then one day she came to me and she said, Ricky, you know, if you could ever realize what these classes did to my self image, she said, you know, I have a husband, a husband that really, I'm a bit downtrodden. And I have this husband that cannot tell me enough how useless I am and how I'm not good at anything. And she said, these classes have just empowered me to such an extent that I now feel that I can conquer the world. And I mean, it was a silly little art class where people were just coming to have fun, you know. So I really am a very big believer in that, that it definitely does change people in a very big way.
That's very encouraging to hear because that's really what Serenity Festival is trying to bring to people is to get them empowered, comfortable, and free to express in a safe way. And I think if art, even though it's fun and it's just supposed to be painting and the kids are going to be covered in paint, but there's actually a subtle, powerful change that's actually taking place. And that's what we want people to realize. So come have fun, but there is a transformation that is potentially going to take place as you embark on this journey.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think that one sort of almost, it happens all subconsciously almost. You know, it's not even something that you have to actively make people go through this deep introspection process. I think it's just a natural way. The minute you start creating something that you really didn't think was within your capabilities, it's just an amazing world that unfolds to you. And as I say, we try and focus on the positive side of life. And yes, and that just changes your whole viewpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We are so grateful that you're going to be guiding the people, making them comfortable, getting them started, maybe doing some stencil drawings or like, doing a little bit of a framework that people can now color in or paint around, just helping them step into this world of having fun with paint. So, Ricky, we are so much looking forward to spending the day with you at Serenity Festival. Any closing remarks before we close off?
Yes, well, all that I can say is that I am also superly excited about the whole weekend, actually. And it's also a new experience for me to be at Serenity. So I think we will still be doing a whole lot of these events in the future. And I'm sure it's going to be very successful. And we are so grateful that we have like minded people in this world. And yeah, we're all birds of a feather.
There you heard it, guys. Serenity Festival. Come get your hands covered in paint. Bring the children. They are going to have a ball of the time. My daughter's so excited. She can't wait. She keeps on asking me, when is this festival happening? Because she wants to paint everything.
That is wonderful. I can't wait to meet her.
Yes, amazing. So, Ricky, thank you so much for your time. Until later,
It's a big pleasure, and um, we will still be having a long road ahead.
ciao for now, everyone, and see you at Serenity Festival.
Okay, ciao. Bye. Bye.